Because of COVID, we've seen a lot of increase in pertinent issues that perhaps the HR, and loosely here speaking, the human capital department, because it's always evolving, so it's not usual, they say that just the corner office or those people who you don't interact with. The conversation regarding mental health, especially now because of COVID, mental health, workforce diversity, how are these things coming onto your desk or into your strategies, and how are they influencing policies in organization?
Mental health is a major thing, and I don't think it's just gotten worse with COVID because of the changing work environment. Most people have not used to working at home when they have their children, their spouse, and they are stuck in the house for a long time, and they are not used to that kind of an environment. So apart from that change, mental health is key in a workplace. And if not observed, then it will affect performance. So this is something that most times people are not aware. And mental health generally, people don't realize, even in society. You have a mental disease, they say we amekuwa wazimu, and nobody bothers about you until you start picking takataka, then they start taking you to Madare. Instead of handling the problem much earlier, when it can still be treated. If you get malaria, you will quickly get drugs. But if you have mental health, nobody notices that that's a disease that needs to be managed. So it's something that most managers are not aware. They drag it into a performance problem. They say your performance is not good, so you're given warning letters for non-performance. But the real problem is you needed psychological support or counseling support. So managers ought to be really aware about change in behavior, especially performance or relationship with other employees. If an employee's relationship changes suddenly or behavior changes suddenly, then you have to address the root cause. Even if performance just suddenly drops, that relationship has to be there between a manager and the employee. And possibly have an expert, an in-house support for mental health, or have a relationship with a psychologist or a counselor staff can be referred to for assistance.
And also the issues of diversity, of course, should mention to our viewers. This show is actually produced by a lady who's very focused and well at it. I mean, you'll see her name at the tail end, Charity. And the conversation is, how do you make and give opportunity to women and youth to actually grow through the system, the organization as well?
I think, like standard, diversity and inclusion is big. Even normal shortlisting, we make sure that we have diversity and we have shortlisting. Research has shown that organizations that are good in diversity and inclusion, they perform better. They are able to serve their clients better. They are more innovative. It's a happier environment. So for every organization, it's very important to have inclusivity in the workforce. That's very important, because even reporting, diversity in terms of skills, diversity in terms of gender, diversity in terms of age, everything, regions, everyone brings in something. And we have a very youthful workforce. And it's not about your age, it's about what you bring on board, what impact you will bring on board.
So Tom, before we let you go, what are your top 3 management tips you can actually give to that manager who's grappling with talent management in a very volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous world?
Number 1 is getting in touch with your people. It's very important to have your ear on the ground as a HR. Have sessions with your staff, even without your departmental heads. Have conversations with them. And those conversations are very important. Note them down. You will find some trends, and you will see how people are being treated, what they find important, what you should do more of, what you should do less of. You will get quite a lot of information. There's a lot of information that is kept with staff. Even if you ask them to write and give suggestions, they may not give. But if you have sessions with them, one-on-one, in small groups, and also their managers, have sessions with their managers. Why did they do the things that they do? what they would want to see their employees do, what type of skills they would want to have, how would they want their employees to be upskilled, what are the areas that they are struggling with. And then also themselves, the managers, because they are the ones who set the pace in their functions. They set the mood in their functions.